Hold on. Go ahead.
1:25 p.m.
Did you start the small recorder, Travis?
Say that again.
Did you start the small recorder?
It's on.
Go ahead. Rudy Castellano,
Present.
Mike
Present.
Cousin,
On the phone.
I'm here.
Mike Martinez,
Present.
Travis Martinez,
Present.
Mike Sweeney is excused, Counselor Michael Montoya, David Marquez.
Present.
There is a quorum.
So before we do the approval of the agenda, I'd like to amend the agenda to add the approval of the task order for the water tank projects, number 3958-33-3 under Molded Corbin contract.
I'll make the motion to approve. On the 3958-23-3 for the Molded Corbin contract with CFA.
I second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Mike Martinez and second by Rudy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so that's adding to the agenda there. We go to approval of the agenda. I guess we just did, huh? Maybe.
Yes, speak out there.
No, I'm just saying that maybe we should approve the agenda as amended or something like that. Right?
I will second that if Matro's motion will approve that change.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Move to the approval of the minutes of the last meeting, November 6th.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. November 6th.
I second that motion.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Mike Martinez, a second by Rudy, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, public input, anything there?
No public input at this time.
Thank you, Sonny. Okay, this is where this tank starts from doing business items.
Yes, sir. So I'll go ahead and explain real quick if you want me to. This is the task order to implement 3 things at 3 different locations. This is to Molden Corbin for their contract for water distribution. The first tank is gonna be adjacent to the Lula tank. It's gonna be a 2 million gallon tank. We have another tank that's gonna be 1 million gallon, and that's gonna be at the airport road. That's a new 8-inch water line that is 10,500 feet long. And the other one is going to be a 2 million gallon tank on a river road, and that's going to be 5,000 feet of an 8-inch water main. And with this project, we'll be able to tie in one end of the town to the other with extra storage. And now to give a little bit of depth, these tanks are also going to implement new technologies such as aeration to keep the water potable instead of it going stagnant. So there's a lot of stuff that's gonna go into these things. So yes. And of course, the one to the airport That one is to help the city out with other suppression and stuff like that. For the airport.
Where is the River Road, Mr. Chairman?
It's in West Las Vegas,
It's gonna go back over there to almost for KFC and all that stuff.
oh, it's up there.
Not, wouldn't that two in the same area at the airport?
No,
No, it's way down here. But I don't know exactly what it is.
So, what is this reasonable with that and what,
it's in zone 3. It's a reasonable road thing. It's gonna go through.
So it's up on the mesa over here
Yes,
on the east side
Yes, sir.
of Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
You get that, Rudy?
Yes, but I was wondering in terms of strategic, locations, those two, you have two at the same site of town, it's almost adjacent to each other. And nothing at west.
So the other one next to the Luna thing, that's for extra storage. And the third one is gonna be at the Riva Road, which is on US 104, and it'll connect the dead end water lines at the KFC radio to the police station.
Yeah, but those, strategically placed, do you think that,
Those are all based off of elevations of the other storage tanks.
I see, so in other words, you're trying to, the criteria is not to be spread out, it's more so to be able to.
They're in actual levels with the other storage tanks to keep the pressure the same. As the water model shows.
So they have to be at height, it's not low, and elevation is what you're saying, right?
So basically where these tanks are gonna be at, they're strategically at the same elevation as the other tanks.
Yeah,
Across
that's what I'm
town.
thinking.
Yes, sir.
So we're not looking at, geographic, we're looking at things that are the same level.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that'll be the needs of the city,
Yes,
for extra water, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Phelps.
Thank you, Rudy.
And this project is going to be for the plan and design 825,600.
Where is the money coming from, Travis?
That one will be, I believe, I'm not too sure on that one. I have to talk to the city manager of where the money's gonna come from. But I do know that we did go out to Water Trust Board for some grants for funding of this project.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. We already went to the Water Trust Board and our application is already in and we're going through the process for this
Yes.
specific project.
That sounds great, because it has been, funded through an initiative of the city, right?
Say that again?
It's moving through the initiative of you guys, down out there, right, proposals and stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great, I'm glad to hear that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Travis, this is just, proposal for, engineer or
This is for planning design.
planning and design of these tanks, not for the construction, okay, Rudy?
Oh, okay, that's what I was asking. Yeah. So then for construction, we will have separate money.
That's what we went up to Water Trust Board for the construction part of this.
I see, so now all we're looking for now is the planning area aspect of it, right?
The planning design, yes, sir.
And the planning line is not on it, so that, those people are already on contract?
Yes, Morgan Corbett's already on contract.
Okay, thank you, that was smart,
So basically, this is a task order for the water tank project. It's under contract 395823 addendum 1 for Moles and Corbett.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Rudy.
I would like to make a motion that we go ahead and accept this, sounds to me like a great idea, and so move in a positive direction. So I would like to make a motion that we, accept this, this motion, and then it follows again. What was it, Carter, is what they call?
Was that it?
Moses Corbin?
Yes.
Okay, I'm contacting with them to, for planning the design of the placement of the 3 tanks.
Okay, thank you, Rudy. You make the motion, you made a motion to.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you.
Well, question, I have a question.
Hold on. For copies. Sorry about that, go ahead.
So, so Martinez, so on this plan, I guess we still haven't identified if it's, an option for the city. It's what we're going to put it out, the location and the campus thing with that.
It's gonna be part of the process.
Okay.
Yes, if the sites have been identified, but during this process, they're gonna do surveys, they're gonna do all of the landscape, they're gonna do the elevation. They're gonna go back to the water model, and then that's what they're gonna come back and say exactly and precisely where they're gonna put it. So spots have been identified, but you know the process of what they're gonna really entail. So we start getting into the environmental of it all, then we'll know the exact locations of these things. Or the recommendation is coming from the engineers based off of those insights.
Well,
This is just pretty much the protocol and the process to get it started. Once we get that done, then all the studies and everything will be.
the engineer doesn't care how much money we spend. You know, money we spend as engineers, but very well, so what I'm getting at is, if it's not, if this location is not on the strength of the city, and we proceed with this plan, at the end of the day, what's the point when it comes to say, and continue alignment there?
So,
The thing is,
On which
so
one?
on the,
The one on the zero, or the, Reebok Road? Or whatever?
yeah, so. Okay, I just, that's.
so it says here that, thank you. Basically, right here, this is the Roy,
Wait, wait,
oh, sorry.
wait.
Yeah, sorry. Elizabeth Johnson, Phoenix, Trans-Australian, and the Bottrell Broadcasting. Those are where the easements, if we end up taking that, route, those are the 4 properties that the water line will go through. Now, basically, what's going on is that the city is if the city limits are out there to EP zone, the survey will be able to tell us exactly where it's at and where it'll fall. I don't have those definitive answers right now because we haven't gotten part of the survey.
But it makes a lot of sense.
So until the survey comes in and we get that documented, then I really can't say where the take is gonna fall, if it's gonna fall within the city zone or if it's gonna fall in the EP zone. The survey hasn't been done, we haven't started, that's the process.
I need to zone these also.
From what we've seen on city maps, there is, but until we can actually issue the survey to be conducted, then until then, we won't really know. And based on where the city zone is and the EP zone, we are working with the engineers to see if the adjustments can be made.
Yeah, but in understanding that area has not been, we don't want to be understanding.
Correct.
Number 3, if it hasn't been annexed in, Well, it's again like, when we ran the water line and the reservoirs, we do that. You know, that. And we have to, get that on creating habitats. And doing the list, which they never used. And yet, we came back to the table and, the city allowed to, pork habitats out of this area. They used to be the longer period.
So
And I think they only use one, two.
So to go back to what you're talking about, we're gonna set in motion and we're talking with the engineer to see if there's some sort of, legal verbiage that if it does happen that way, if the city does make an agreement for easement, there will be a limited time that they can utilize that and do that in it. Because the city of Las Vegas Utilities Department, you can ask Dave about this or attest to it. We've had issues where people have come back and the city has made agreements for water taps that have been made 20, 30 years ago, and there's no expiration date on it. So due to the moratorium, the utilities department has to agree to those terms that were made 20 years ago because there's no expiration date on it. So learning from past experiences, there's gonna be some, pretty sure legal, there's gonna be legal justification and documents and everything to go with these instances.
And I understand that. And I think what I'm looking at is, I think maybe it may not work for the city purchase that right away. Agreement, lease agreement,
Yes, sir. So
versus giving so many water taps.
like I said,
Because what the picture is, to build a tank with 3 million gallons out there, for instance. I mean, what's the purpose already? People think 3 million gallons per day.
no, I do what you say. So like,
It's not funny. It's
no, yes, I know.
reality.
That's why I'm saying when we get all of these, we're gonna take a recommendation of which way we can go. And like I said, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be attorney verbiage in there on how we can purchase and move forward with everything that we have. But until we get the survey and everything done and we know our pathway, we won't really know what we're gonna do until. Yes, sir. Because the surveys will be able to tell us everything. And as the surveys come and the design starts coming along, we should make adjustments.
Well, the survey will not probably teach me on extending. There's a few different issues.
So the survey will be able to say if it's in city limits or in county limits.
I mean, we don't know if it's been understood or not.
So that'll have to be on the research of the regional. They'll have to go to, what is it, the next program in Tyler, I believe it is. We'll have to go to the county. They're gonna have to get all of the documents on all the properties. It's gonna be a big
No,
process.
they gotta find minutes and the meeting, council meeting, and there was a couple and the picture.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much more paperwork that we're gonna have to do. But that's all part of the package when it comes to the survey.
It's maybe information and comments about it.
No, it's all totally understandable because that's gonna be the major part right there.
It's not gonna be another this one and putting a tank in.
Exactly.
That can be done in 2 weeks, in a month. The long cost effect that it will take, whether it will place into another thing to do it.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I'm not as great as great, a little bit more than the flat out. The most I was made is this for the engineering and planning and design. And that's really looking. Makes sense, but the engineering having to have more than one time in case people are too exorbitant in terms of wanting to charge for having for the easement. And I understand that, but all of it, I think that nuance is enough to be worked out in the process, right?
I believe so, Rudy. I think that there's more to just planning the tank and things like that, they need to go through all kinds of stuff and when it comes right down to it, they'll look at everything and they'll be able to draw out what kind of plan they're gonna make and what kind of, if easements have to be made or, anything like that, it'll have to be drawn out.
There's gonna be a topographic survey and aerial that's gonna be done. There's gonna be a geotechnical report and soil testing. Of course, they're doing also the grant funding application assistance with us if need be. They're also gonna do the easement surveys and the subsurface utility engineering of the application sites.
Sounds great.
So it's all in the packet, but there's a different step that they're gonna have to take to make sure that what Councilman Montoya said is gonna be feasible for the city of Los Angeles.
Right.
We start more fine tuning with it, and fine tuning it, and get the beginning of the set.
So we get all of the documentation and then that's when we can get it. And like I said, they're gonna come back after the survey and everything are done, after all of the basic designs done, the surveys, the aerial, the geotechnical report, the soil testing, the easements and the subsurface utility engineering. When they come back and they give us all of the documents and everything, then they can make the recommendation as this is where the tanks are gonna fall. They're gonna fall either in the city or the county, whatever they find, and then they'll make the recommendation of what we can do. If the city doesn't like it, then we can always renegotiate and see what we can do. And if a third tank is not needed, then we just go with the looping of the system. But it's gonna all be based off of the documentation that they give us and approval of the city moving forward. And of course, when that happens, we give it back to council, we tell them exactly what the plan and design and everything has to entail when it all comes to it. And then we can move forward to see if the city wants to move forward with us. Or other recommendations of, well, what we see feasible, and of course, the engineer will be there to explain all of the details and everything that's in this package.
Yes, sir. Is that, are you satisfied with that, for the time being? Okay.
It's gonna be a feasibility study because.
Yeah, so before, like I said, before the designing and get started, they have to provide us all of those documentation for us to move forward. So basically, that's the planning stage.
And this that you brought us now is.
Oh, this is just a report for information only.
So. We had a motion already and we seconded it.
Yeah.
Did that go in? I'm sorry, did we already vote on it and everything?
Not yet.
We had a motion from Rudy, I think, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's see. Did we get a monthly report this time?
Yes, sir. I have mine. Do you have yours?
Yeah, I don't have copies, but I get copies.
If you guys want, I can go over mine real quick for this.
Just second, it's not what it's called.
The task force? Yes, it is quick. So I did an amendment before we started to add an approval of the water tank project task order. That's what we just went over. So it's going to council, not this council meeting, but the one right after. Yes, son. Yeah, no, I did an amendment before we started. No, that's fine. wanted to make sure we got the approval before moving forward, so.
Thanks to the building.
So, basically, I can give you guys just a rundown of the monthly report. You know, we've made a significant progress towards the infrastructure resiliency. You know, we've modernized the treatment, assess, and continuous momentum of our capital projects. So our achievements that we did this last month is we got filter beds 3 and 4 that are fully online and operating effectively. We are in the process right now of remediation of filter beds 1 and 2. The under drains have been removed. Next week they're going to come in and they're going to install the under drains. And that's taking place now. The 2023 comprehensive performance evaluation, the CPE, was officially lifted and closed by NMED. And furthermore, the NMED Drinking Water Bureau has accepted the SUVA in lieu of the TOC for compliance for the remainder of 2025, mitigating major long-term violation risks. Customer service, financial stability, over 369 work orders were completed in customer service, and the collections division demonstrated strong results with 58 completed payment arrangements and timely revenue recovery efforts. And distribution, the Santa Fe water line replacement is complete, and crews are now actively transferring service lines to the new line. And of course, the water department has utilized a new Cat mini hydraulic excavator, which is helping repairs more efficiently. And the Santa Fe water line, that's taking a little bit of time, is because we are moving the water services from inside the properties to the road, and we're working with the homeowners on that one, so that way we don't disrupt services and everything that we do. I'm pretty sure you know the student of that one is. So basically here, we're gonna get a tier 3 violation due to laboratory failure to analyze October TOC. And we are working with Drinking Water Bureau to do a public notice of violation for failure to monitor and report. Basically what that means is we submitted our water, we submitted our water for the TOC analysis, and the laboratory fails. Their equipment, I guess something happened. So we're not the only surface water purveyor that's getting this violation. This is statewide. But due to the fact that we are the owners of the water, we're getting that violation. We are working with the Drinking Water Bureau right now to get other laboratory testing to see if we can start sending it to somebody else in case this ever happens again. But I did want to let everybody know about this violation that is going to be taking place, because, like I said, we submitted our result, we submitted the water testing as on time. It's just the third party is the one that failed.
Do you have a contract with third party?
Nope. There's everybody sends their water results to them. It's a state deed. It's state road. Yeah. So basically what we do is we send our results to them, they get the results, then they send it to us in the state. So this was out of our hands. Now, if there was something on our end, then it would be totally different. But right now, we're working with the Drinking Water Bureau, and we're working with other agencies to see if we can send our testing, our lab results, somewhere else. There's other places that do it, but according to the state, they like all of the results done under one app. Yes. And if we send them out of state, then they have to get, so we talked to the Drinking Water Bureau. We asked them if we could send it out of state, so that way another agency out of state can do it. Turns out they have to get registered by the New Mexico Water Drinking. It's a big process. But they said if we did find somebody, the Drinking Water Bureau won't work with us, and we'll work with that company to get them registered if we want to start sending that water to company. So we're kind of taking the lead on it, and the state's willing to work with us. But like I said, that's where we're stuck at right now. But we are trying to do every possible way.
Weird.
So these are total organics. It's a totally different testing that we do. And they also do the SUBA, so it's two different tests. And we don't have much capability of doing that. I did talk to the city manager on that, and he does have some ideas. So I will be working towards the him as well to see what we can do to mitigate this. And water treatment equipment failure, the raw water modulator circuit board failed. We had a brief shutdown for about 2 hours. It's up and running, and we required expedited parts and shipping for it. So basically what we did is we bypassed it, we ordered those new parts and they're coming. Water treatment operations and compliance. You know, that's filter beds 3 and 4 operations, we're on 1 and 2. IC Solutions completed the SCADA upgrades in the filter building. And now they're utilizing the new Allen Bradley panels and controls. Clearwell building completion scheduled for mid to late December. Once they finish the Clearwell, the SCADA project will be complete. And we're expecting them to finish mid-December. Expected.
We talked about the lagoon issue.
The what?
The lagoon issue.
Lagoon?
Yeah, with the water water levels are kind of rising and the overflow is what we're worried about.
The lagoon issues.
Raw water management. Maintenance.
I'll get to that one now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so SCADA, we're almost done with that. Mid-December is what we're looking for. The CPE, of course, it was gifted. TOC compliance, we fell into compliance in lieu of the SUBA on the running annual average, meaning that we beat 1/3 of the administrative order that the city has been in from 2019 all the way down to present. The raw water module circulator board failed, but was successfully repaired by Apple Southwest and IC after the expected parts. The recycle lagoon lift pump station still lacks necessary dynamic head, meaning we're on that project right now to recycle the lagoon water up into Bradner. So we're using a third-party pump to push that water. We are working with JCH, their pump manufacturing. They're the ones that we got on contract now for pumps and motors. And they are looking to install new pumps so that we can get rid of the pump we have now and install it into our so we can use the recycled water up into Bradner.
Will it be done by the springtime?
Yes, as a matter of fact, JCH pumps and motors, they were down here about 2 weeks ago. They looked at some projects that they're doing for us, and we're waiting on quotes and availability of the pumps. We don't have an issue with that at all. Like I said, we're using the third-party pump that we have right now, but we want to make it permanently. The source, you know, we could go back to this, which is the storage. And I have an executive summary here, which is what I gave you guys. This was something that I passed along to Mr. Montoya. The potable storage is 6.67 million gallons, representing 83% of total storage capacity. And basically, it's strong, secure position that provides excellent reserves for future demands and fire protection. Raw water storage remains highly secure with Bradner Peterson reservoirs nearly 100% of capacity. And our primary monitoring focus remains the utilization of the Quintana water lease and storage rate. So cabin site tank as of yesterday when we sent this out, we're at 30 feet tall, which is 4,125,000 gallons, which is excellent reserve volume. The lunar tank is at 27 feet and it's at 2,249,991 gallons. Excellent reserve volume. The Valencia tank is a 500,000 gallon tank. It's at 24 feet. It's 300,000 gallons and it's good reserve, giving us a total of 6,674,991 gallons, meaning 83% of the total storage capacity. Our raw water inventory is basically 1 acre foot is equal to 325,851 gallons. Bradner Reservoir right now is at 6 acre fee with an estimated of 310 acre feet. It's 98% full. Peterson Reservoir is 186 acre feet with 200 average acre feet. High capacity approximately 93%. Reserve Story Lake is 767 acre feet, and we have approximately 800 acre feet, with a high capacity of 95%.9. And just to let you guys know, we have not used any water out of the Story Lake, even though it says we have 800 acre feet. The reason that we're down to 767 is because of evaporation throughout the year. The Quintana water lease, it's at 103 acre feet. It was maxed at 200 acre feet. That's what we leased it at. 51.5 has been utilized, and we're not taking no more water tonight. We're already at the end of the month, which the lease ends. So we took about half of what we had used.
What's the lease?
200 acre feet. And that was at the time that we were doing the sediment removal. And of course, we can't put in that water and we don't want to contaminate the reservoirs. So during that time, when Brandon was getting low, we utilized that storage of the least water to fill up Brandon. So we had used during that time. The full finished water and internal water reserves Brandon and Peterson are effectively full. The primary focus is just to ensure the efficient management and controlled utilization of raw water sources, and particularly the least Quintana water to sustain high operational levels throughout the upcoming winter and spring seasons. And then we move to the water distribution and field services. Santa Fe Street, the main line has been installed. They did 5 services already out of the 9. Like I said, we're working with the customers on that one to pull their services out of their property and put on the right of way. During this time, there were 6 major leaks repaired, and that was due to a PRV fault. What happened is the PRV got air in it, and then when it got air in it, it over pressurized the lines and caused the 6 leaks. Water distribution was able to fix all 6 leaks within the day. We've completed 12 of the county water services under the partial lift of the moratorium. We have 12 out of the 15 that are complete. We have 2 city limits, and of course, they met with the customers to install those 2 water taps that are with the city limits. The mini excavator that they got, they were able to utilize it for the PRV pressures, and that piece of equipment came on. We have 2 employees now. Michael Howney applied for a level 3 distribution, and Jesse Herrera, he applied for his level 2 distribution. On to customer service, we have 360. Go ahead.
I just wanted to commend you on the safety issue. When we do have, I don't know what you call it, compassion, I guess, for your workers, because a broken window and when you're working out the cold, it's gonna make it sticky. It's broken already. So I thank you for keeping an eye out for the workers, because again, when we administrate things, sometimes we don't know what the average kind of fill up and build and be. So you guys are keeping a good eye on that. I commend you for that. You've been doing a good job here.
Thank you. And of course, now we'll move on to customer service, billing, and collections. 369 total work orders were completed. 232 were created this last time around. Billing cycles were successfully sent out. Despite the Tiger system experienced some downtime. 58 arrangements were completed. 18 new arrangements were made. 50 accounts are currently 3+ months past, up from 35. 26 collection letters have been sent out. Of course, we have customer field service, 286 work orders, leaks, audits, verifies. They cleared 86 811 locate standard tickets and emergencies. Jared and colleagues completed 13 credit hours for the certification. High volume rereads, check for leak work orders, 90. Jared and Mr. Cummings, they both attended a water class that the city hosted for their credit hours for their levels. So they will be going and they will be testing. One will be testing for his level 3 and another one will be testing for his level 1. Admin, we've addressed outstanding personal files. We've hired 2 new cashiers. They met the concerns of 615 Railroad Avenue account. We met with the city manager drafting possible agreements for resolutions. Wastewater treatments. It's right now the generators are in construction. The contractor has 4 new concrete pads and installed 1 generator. Excavation and tie-in prep are underway, and we're awaiting 1 more generator delivery, which is going to be mid-December. That project has 3 new brand new backup generators that the plant is going to be on, so that way when the power does get shut off, the plant will be able to run full time. Water treatment plant beds 1 and 2, like I said, we've already the media is removed. Sandblasting is scheduled for December 10th, and the installation of the underdrains is scheduled for December 15th. SPIDA updates completed in filter building. Parallel work is scheduled for mid to late December. Once that project is done, we will go through the process of closing that project out. We've got contracts now. Stantec wastewater treatment plants. They agreed to the original contract terms. Resolving the legal review issue, we have hazmat contracts, Dimension Northeastern scheduled for November council, which has already been approved. We have engineering RFPs, gas, dam reservoirs, and lab testing are now under. That was one of the ones that we were looking into. And they're all there for the final review of the attorney. And that brings up our monthly report of water. Any questions?
Mr. Chair. Mr. Martinez, on water treatment plant
Yes, sir.
and the design, where are we at on that?
So the water treatment plant right now, we went through, there's a process that the engineers gave us. They went and they gathered all the data. They gave us 3 different processes of how they can design the water treatment plant. There's 3 different ones that they gave us. And we went ahead, me and my staff, we went through all 3 different processes, and we actually went and were recommending one option, which is a conventional water treatment facility filtration with a gap unit. Granulated activated carbon, meaning that piece of equipment will polish off the water and will help us with VOCs and disinfection byproducts that we see in our water. So we made the recommendation and we sent it to city manager yesterday. I'm just going back for his feedback, so that way I can send it to the engineers, and then we can go from there and see what the next step is. So right now it's in the planning phase.
So that's not one permanent council for the engineering.
So basically, right now, like I said, it's just recommendations of which way they want to move forward on, and that's the operations. I sent all the information to the city manager. Like I said, he has everything there, and I'm just waiting back to see which way we're gonna go. And like I said, there's 3 different options. One was too expensive. We do not have the capability, or we do not have the knowledge of running equipment. The second one, too expensive. Operations that are beyond what the city can put together from what we have seen in the report. And the third one is the most feasible, and it's something that we can utilize and staff will be able to maintain, and the city will be able to operate it based off of our studies. Yes, which is the conventional filtration system with the gap unit.
And then, can I ask you on the Pearson Dam, where are we? Yeah.
So the Peterson Dam right now, we just passed 60% design. we've already, sent it to the engineer, and they're moving forward on getting to 90%. And of course, that's way back between us, them, and state engineer's office.
What about the water meter replacement application with our water trust board? Where are we at? Did you know anything on that?
I have not heard anything, but it is part of the application of the 4 projects that we did send in. And right now, we have to actually take a class now on December 8th as part of the water trust board protocol in order for us to go to the next part of the application. So myself and 3 other of my staff members are going to be taking that course. So that way, not just myself, but the other staff members, they can also get involved with these applications and the funding. So that way, in the future, all of us will have the education and the experience of how to navigate these grants. But as it goes right now, we have not heard nothing yet.
And what about the silt removal along the business? Where are we at with that?
It's already almost complete. We just need to get that one section. We just haven't been able to do it because of the rise and decrease of the water.
Okay, we'll still have some independence to, you know, seven.
Oh, that project. I thought you were talking about the diversion. That project, I couldn't tell you, Councilman, that would have to come from city manager. That one I don't know.
And did you invest it in a replacement?
We're not doing a replacement, we're just doing the sediment removal from the AGM baskets. Yes, sir. And that one's already almost complete. There's just one section. And then, of course, that project's gonna be ongoing for years to come, so it's an ongoing battle. And that's a major project that I see that we need to actually keep up with, and that's due to the fact because when you do have zero pay, all that stuff, it does have to do with these children. So if we can keep that clean and keep moving forward, we'll have better chemistry in the water.
And let me ask a question, you don't, but I can sure report the water flow back now.
What's the water flow? I haven't checked it. I have to go back to you on that one.
But we're learning about the river.
Yes, we're taking the water off the river.
How many did you?
I can get that back to you. I haven't seen the charts for today or yesterday, so I'll have to get back to them and next time you come to this, I'll have that for you guys.
But it's maintaining what we're using. So
Yes.
The city's using.
Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to get at these, you know, the 97 acres or this kind of these. Those were utilized pretty much the last month and a half.
No, we took it before November. Yes, it's been about 2 months. And the only reason that we took it was because we were having the sediment removal cleanup there. And we're not taking that water in because it needs a cheap permit for us and we don't want to contaminate the reservoirs. So during that time, the week or two that they were back to removing all of that, Bradner was going low the one that we were using. So we just subsidized that water with the economies that we had. And we just kept the storage still during that time that we couldn't take off the river. And that was, like Mr. Montoya said, that was about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. We haven't used it at all, and that's contracts coming in on December 31st. So that's all we're gonna take. We're not gonna take any more from there at all.
We were in the top kind of renewable or extensions or carryover.
So right now I have a meeting with state engineer's office on a couple other projects that are taking place. And of course, they want us to help out with other things. I've had a good repertoire between myself and state engineer's office. And that's actually one of the topics we're going to be discussing with them on that one. So right now I couldn't tell you. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Be good. No, I guess I'm going to David. Good afternoon, guys. I'll go to the gas solid waste monthly report as well. Also, natural gas division operational updates.
assisted water department with townwide water leak responses, responded to and repaired a hit gas line at 510 South Grand Avenue number 5, installed a new gas service line at 4696 Agrano Road, relocated service line at 1012 Douglas Avenue number 8, completed system patrolling on transmission line. All gas employees passed bulk fusion and electro fusion testing. Continued meter site clearing, removing vegetation and debris near the risers. Coordinating Mullins Drive permit application with the San Miguel County. Service line relocation at 2107 Moreland. Meter guard installation at 925 Grand Avenue. Dirt work at Mullins ongoing. Annual installation at Amico Street and Colorado off Carmen Drive. Completed transmission crossings and continued surveillance. Solid Waste Division received a new roll-off truck. Continued hands-on training of new drivers. Ongoing maintenance and cleanup of solid waste yard. Purchased a flatbed trailer to improve bin delivery operations. PO received for the new security gate installation first week of December. That we got notified because of the weather. It's going to be on possibly next week to have that gate installed. Upgraded West Las Vegas schools from 6-yard bins to 8-yard bins. Worked on PSAs for holiday route and schedule. Maintained the solid waste grounds in clean litter-free conditions. Work orders consistently completed across all service categories. Began commercial bin audits, ensuring proper billing accuracy. Purchased a new 2025 roll-off truck for servicing the 3rd and 4th-yard bins. Hired Packer Driver 1, Adam DeGill. Hired labor, Matthew Treadgill. Obtained new roll-offs for damaged replacements and new customers. Purchased new bins to replace damaged commercial bins. Customer issues, none reported. We'll go back to the log of the gas work orders. We had a total of 245 work orders. Check for leaks, we had 10. Light pilots and cut-ins, 26. Follow-ups and miscellaneous, 37. Cut out on page, 20. AMR issues, 40. Disconnects, 52. Cut out for repairs, 2. Idle consumption, 10. Connects, 48. Gas meter exchange progress. This is just any new installation that took place or any meter that needed replacement. We only had one replacement for the month of November, and it was a 3M. Compliance and documentation report. Conducted a comprehensive audit of all annual compliance documentation for the natural gas division. Reviewing OQ files, corrosion monitoring logs, system patrol sheets, valve inspection, order and test logs, and service orders. Ensure every document met state, federal, and PHMSA regulatory standards. Verify that all documentation was properly signed, dated, and filled in designated binders. Corrected missing signatures, added dates where necessary, and ensured chronological order for quick audit retrieval. Completed full chemical inventory for the department, including quantity checks, expiration date validations, and ensuring safe OSHA compliant storage procedures in both the yard and new inventory shop. Updated all safety data sheets, SDS, ensuring they reflected current hazard classification and pictograms, flammable, corrosive, oxidizer, and environmental hazard icons were added. Updated SDS packets, workplace and all gas vehicles and in the shop. Migrated outdated handling corrosion control records into updated digital documentation, removing obsolete steel risers that were still on the list from the active list and logging new test point readings with GPS certification. Converted business district patrol forms from handwritten sheets to digital forms, improving the accuracy, completeness, and accessibility of patrol logs. Conducted a full year-end PHMSA compliance check, verifying that all mandatory monthly, quarterly, and annual tasks were completed, reviewed and filed properly. coordinated with leak detection services to confirm the annual leak service documentation was received, uploaded, and filed, including service maps and compliance certifications. Perform final quality assurance, review ensuring all compliance documentation was 100% complete, accurate, and audit ready. Solid waste for November 25th. We had a total of 826 customers. Of the month of November, we had a total of 44 tires. We had a total of 86 mattresses, a total of 23 box springs, total of 48 sofas, total of 11 TVs, total of 25 chairs, and a total of 1,685,515 pounds in, and a total of 1,367,191 pounds out. Want to go over the solid waste Christmas schedule. This was provided through a PSA. The week of Christmas week, Monday, December 22nd, residential regular routes will operate as usual. Place rollouts after 6 p.m. Sunday and by 7 a.m. Monday. Leave rollouts at the curbside until pick up. Commercial routes will run as scheduled. Transfer station will be open Tuesday, December 23rd. Residential Tuesday and Wednesday route pickups will be collected on Tuesday, which begins after 6 p.m. Monday and by 7 a.m. Tuesday, leave bins at the curbside until picked up. Commercial routes will run the schedule. Transfer station is open. Wednesday, December 24th, residential Thursday routes, handicap routes, and Friday routes, and then the extra pickups collected will take place on Wednesday. Base rollouts after 6 p.m. Tuesday at 7 a.m. Wednesday. Leave rollouts at the curb until picked up. Commercial routes will run the schedule. Transfer station will remain open. Thursday, December 25th, Christmas Day, residential, commercial, no pickup. Transfer station will be closed. Friday, December 26th, residential, no pickup. Commercial routes will run as scheduled and transfer station will remain closed. Saturday, December 27th, commercial routes will run as scheduled and transfer station will open at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. With that being said, with the Christmas schedule, what I'm planning on doing for next year is I am going to put together a field stuffer with the bills, starting to where everybody receives the PSAs and notice through mail, to where there isn't any mishaps. Where I understand completely, not everybody has social media, and not everybody listens to the radio, not everybody reads the optic, so we want to be as transparent as much as possible. It will be on text my gov as well also, but this will way we're transparent to where come for these extra pickups. And I do want to state on the November schedule for Thanksgiving, we only had a total of 7 calls after the fact in reference towards some of the individuals who missed their pickup. We did accommodate them, but I want to be as transparent to where we don't have no calls at all. So when we do get these extra pickups, we're at least giving these notices, but we hold our customers accountable as holding ourselves accountable as well. So in the years past, as you guys all know this, solid waste was always on social media for missed pickups, or they didn't pick up my bin, or they didn't do this, they didn't do that. So if we're transparent as much as possible with everybody, well, now we also get to hold our customers accountable as well too, for them not following through if they're not putting out their bins on time, doing the pickups. But we, like I said, with where we're at solid waste right now, we do have 22 employees. We have 14 riders. It's made a huge difference. It's been very impactful. It's been assisting us on being able to move forward with the efficiency for our community. And like I said, right now, with the amount of employees we do have, now we're able to start enforcing what needs to take place at the solid waste, along with routes, customers, etc. as well. So
I think we've done a lot over there, because other than waiting in line a little while over there, it's done really good. When I go up there, it's, I mean, nice. A lot of people that help you and stuff like that, so. Appreciate that.
You know what, you should, I spent over the radio this morning at 9 a.m. with the city manager. That was one of them, looking signals up there is a, used to want this, was going to work for God. Putting that department upside down. It's what it was, the complaints that they're coming into the trade with credits. Where all was closed and there was a pump and this and the other. Anyway, all that to the cost savings. And Mr. Martin, I hear about it, giving some credit for changing that around. I think he had one of the best departments in the city. And I have not heard any complaints since he took over in that department. And I was getting complaints every other day. Change needed to happen when it did happen. And it happened for the residents. You go up there now, and like I said this morning, people who do with a smile. They help you to assist you with IOE in your trash. It's open 5.5 days a week, or in 3 hours on Saturdays, which are sure the city of another hour. But kudos to you for the bringing it around and getting more employees, and you can pick up the salaries there. And we have supported that department with equipment. And every time I come in from San Jose into town, it's a 3.7, it's goes in my house. And I look at all the trucks, the equipment that we have out there, and it's like, wow, man. Before I used to see 4 tractors. And now we have a couple of loaders, and we have a control, and we have, probably like 8 trucks, something like that. So, the place is open. I think if we took over, I'm going to say, if we shut down at $88 in one day. And, that's a great accomplishment because last time I checked, it was 32 days that they were closed in 7 months. And that shows why I don't get it's not. But it's like I say, Mr. Chair, it is a pleasant place to go visit. Maybe go to your traffic support.
It's a lot.
What's good is you finally see your trucks all nice and clean, but when you see the trucks going down the road and they're shining white, compared to being all greasy and everything.
Well, I think all I probably talk
We don't smell them go by. You know what? It's been a good experience, and kudos to the staff. They bought in on everything that is displayed the first couple of months on what I'm going to keep on one of your big things, and I think a lot reflected on staff accountability, including myself, including staff, and holding ourselves responsible, but more importantly, holding ourselves to the highest standard. And one of the biggest things that I thought of, I want to say my first meeting was, I want to be self-sustainable. And Travis could definitely attest to this. My gas department could attest to this, other departments can, but there were multiple times during the week where multiple departments had to get pulled to go assist over there. Whether it was in cleaning, whether it was in transporting, whatever it could be, and I brought that forward to all of them, and I made that very clear that this is how you guys are viewed as a department. This is how I don't want to be viewed. Now, I don't want us having to depend on it. I understand at times we're going to need assistance, or it might be an assistance as far as expertise to the local, that's different, that's understandable. But when we're having to contact other departments because of our negligence, our call-ins are coming in late, our lack thereof employees, that we need to bring that pride back to this division and demonstrate what we could do for our community. But at the end of the day, we're all here to serve our community and provide a customer service for our community.
you know what, those little things that we discussed and everything was put in and things, it's all falling into place right now. And I still say this all the time, we're still scratching at the surface. There's still a lot more to do, but there's a lot coming in forward. I mean, you just did a few right now, don't think the scale. I got it, that was one of the biggest things that needed attention. And mind you, the scale wasn't in a negative way against the customers, but there was a little bit of a negative way. The record short solid weight. So one of the biggest things is we got it calibrated, but during that calibration, they stated as old as the scale is, the bones are underneath, it's at its telling width of calibration. You might be able to get one or two more out of these calibrations, but it's something to look forward to on updating. So I don't want to wait to them tell me we can't calibrate, so we're going digital right now moving forward. So there's a lot of stuff happening over there, and it's I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the support. We've done a lot, like I said, moving forward. I brought this up in the past. Is when you do bring in more employees, you bring in more equipment, there's a ton of positives. But the negative effect with that is your budget takes an impact as far as now, as you doubled your feet, you doubled your drivers, we're a lot more efficient, but we run equipment every day, and it's heavy equipment every day too, where you do have mishaps, you have breakdowns, and we've been correcting that where a lot of stuff is being mandated in-house. We're going back to repairing our own hoses, our own maintenance, but not just try to conserve with the budget, but there still are major breakdowns that take place with this equipment. Yeah, and when you double, I mean, it's when you go back 3-4 years, it's almost like, well, how did you use this much? Well, you only had 4 drivers at that point in time. You only had 4 trucks. Now we double the trucks, we double the drivers. We're going to spend more money, you know? So, but we just need to accept being transparent, and I appreciate the support and I appreciate the compliments, and so we're here to service.
Well, this for both of you. Travis and I don't know, you said, he was one of the doers and was not something. Just to be good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Travis and I, we go back years, so I mean, you know what, we assist each other in whatever we can. There's certain things that we don't even have to ask people to get on. I mean, that just helps how we get. But I feel the teamwork here, it's always been good. I mean, you know, Mike, as far as the relationship even between water and gas, their neighbors are not buying it for whatever reason, we've always been there to help each other out. And I'll stand by that at any point in time, because there's times where we've been running on extension or pipeline replacement, and you're already tired, and one of the water guys is passing by from being a cutter, you guys need help, and they're willing to help, and vice versa on them. You know, when they're calling us at 10 at night that they have this amount of water needs, it's not even a thought even. It's, you know what, they're going to make some calls and let's make something happen. Yeah.
Yes, Rudy.
Waking up, most people are crutch, but the active budget, but thank you, and the kudos, the positive reaction from knowing that you guys are gonna be picked up on time every day that it's supposed to, and that things are being done in the right time, and it helps a lot. And more importantly, the information of the people that are there to help you out, get the part of the information, because if you can help with an impact on that. And it's one more thing I want to say is if you're open to if things go right or not correctly, all have to do is when a customer calls, get corrected as much as possible. But there are times when the customer is working and speak, my daughter speaks, my daughter on actually, nobody picked up the check, building. But if nobody calls, that's fine. I think it's nice to know that if you're there, that if they do call, we can take care of it. So, I catch it out. If it's a morning call, and then but once it picks up, and then to be another site, we don't know. Sometimes the truck's not working correctly, it's still right, so it's moving to the important side. There is positive and good thing.
And you know what, Mr. Castellano, with that, even during the Thanksgiving holiday, what we ended up going and doing is, this is something that I don't ever remember it being done in the past, but I actually put a few drivers on call, or in case there was those extra pickups, and so we didn't get no calls during those days, which is huge. But we did have somebody on standby for in case we did get those calls, they were ready to go. And we're gonna do the same thing now for Christmas, and what I wanna do is, even after this holiday, the Christmas holiday happens to pass, and we're still gonna have New Year's, we're still gonna have other events that take place. Is next year, I want to start an on-call list going for the solid waste division as well. Also, we do get those individuals as far as customers that do work out of town. Sometimes they're in a rush, they forget to pull off their roll-off bin or whatever. I want to be able to accommodate those. So, in reference to that, if you do get those calls after hours or during that day, well, we could pick them up, you know. So next year, we are going to be moving forward on putting an on-call list as well for solid waste division. But this way, we're being proactive and we're just providing the service to our community.
Good idea. Thank you, David.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rudy.
Don't forget to pull much that from back in.
Well, let's say just even when I mentioned,
I'll take it.
even when I mentioned with the bill stopper, it's almost like at the end of the day, it comes down to, we've been held accountable. I'm not lying to you, I got screenshots, I got pictures, I got everything of the way it was, you know, when I first took over, how many complaints, how many calls we're getting, and we narrowed all those down. So now that we're narrowing them down, now we're able to hold our customers accountable as well also. We breathe. So now it's almost, it wasn't before where you guys were about to pick me up. It's just, they didn't put out their tasks, but we're doing what's called in reference to that. So now when these other references, well, when we're going through, we're having certain individuals taking pictures and everything, if a bin's getting blocked or not, we're documenting everything. So there's no, hey, you never came. They're going out there and they're doing the service. It's just a matter now. If we're going out there next time now, it's not cheap to run those vehicles, you know, so.
Very good. All right, we've got to the status reports. Is there any like announcements?
Yeah, I do have an announcement. This will be my last, Thursday community meeting.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, I just wanna thank you all, for being active, for volunteering, we missed out, good state here, and volunteer. We thank you for your expertise. We're very good working with you.
And thank you for coming by several times already.
That's been.
Yes, sir.
I think that a couple of the radio reports and the excellent reports, but they never mentioned it at all, but the building committee. I would be happy to
What we mentioned.
Well,
not by doing necessarily, but I think because knowledge is really such a thing and, the building volunteer, but, when you're talking about something that is going to make me think that I would hope that we have a slight competition with the buildings and,
Yeah, maybe we'll get some offers for some more people on the committee.
yeah, that's true.
After every election, how was, the new governing body will do an organizational meeting. And then by that time, the mayor will decide, what the process of everything's going to be. The mayor always has the option to start on the bottom again and brand new. We can ask all board members, all committee members, we apply for the positions of volunteers. We can choose to leave everything the same. We continue. The same thing goes for, other positions that are under the umbrella of the city charter. under the city mayor council, the city manager, the attorney, and the clerk, the police chief.
All of the contract.
Yeah. Well, when that, and council decided, this decision. So I don't know what the process will be, but we'll wait and see. It's, it's a. Particularly with less than this, we've done a lot of them. We have accomplishments, we do have a lot of turnover, and we've had a lot of, challenges. COVID, fires, floods, you name it. The city managers. And I think there was 4 interim positions. So, we have to replace the councilman positions, so it's been a little bit challenging, but, I usually.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how was that? It's gonna try with me now.
Okay, let's move to member comments. Rudy, do you have anything to?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, let's, move to adjourn the meeting at 2:41 PM. Dude, the gavel.